Hi everyone, my name is Maggie Ricketts and I am a Pink Plus 3 consultant with Perfectly Posh. My team of Magnolia Posh ladies are awesome and I was creating this video for them, so I thought that I would share it on my YouTube channel too. If you are a Perfectly Posh consultant, I hope this helps you, and this is just a little bit about how I personally am starting my business each month. So I'm going to give you the top 4 ways I think you can grow your business and make sure that you have time for your business in a 2-hour window. So all you need to do is make sure you have about 2 hours to sit down. I recommend doing it at the beginning of the month, even though you could technically do it anytime when you're watching this. This just gives me a good start to each month. I start fresh, I make sure I've covered all my bases, and I make sure I'm ready to go. So the top 4 ways I'm going to go ahead and tell you so that if you're taking notes, you can write them down, and then I'll discuss each one. Okay, so number 1, thank you notes. Number 2 is follow up. Posh suggests the 2-2-2 method, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I try to use that as easily as I can, but I am a mom to a really busy little boy, and sometimes I'm not always able to hit that 2-2-2 method. I usually do great with the 2 days, but the 2 weeks I fall behind on. So for me personally, I take this time to follow up with anyone who has purchased in 2 months prior. Okay, this is my 2-month check-in in case I haven't already. They've probably only had their products for about a month at this point when I'm checking in with them. So this is my time to do that. So number 2 is follow up. I'm going to get into that a little bit more in just a moment. Number 3 is bookings. So we want to book our calendar. You want to have your calendar out in front of you at this point. And number 4 is content. You want to prepare your content for the whole month. So you know when you're doing giveaways, you know when you're doing certain topics, you know when you're posting Tip Tuesdays or whatever it is that you want to do. So those are my 4 suggestions that you work on during this 2-hour prep session. I'm going to use the month of March as an example because that's when I am actually prepping, and I am doing this for myself in just a couple hours, maybe later today, once Hassel, my little boy, goes to bed. So you're going to take 2 hours and you're going to have everything ready to go. You're going to need thank you cards. You're going to need stamps. You're going to need samples. I like to use the pre-made samples. You don't have to include a sample when I'm telling you to, but this is just my personal way. So I use samples. I get my envelopes. I get my calendar. I get my tools that I use for social media, whether it's my phone, my computer. I use both. Whatever you use, if you need to get you won't need to get YouTube stuff ready to go because I don't include making any videos during this actual 2-hour block. This is just planning to help you get through the month and get your month started right. So once you have all your tools together, you want to start off by writing your thank you notes. So for instance, I'm doing this on March 1st. So I'm going to pull up my order history and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a thank you note to every single person who ordered in February. I want to include on that thank you note, dear so-and-so, thank you so much for your order in February. I hope you are loving and you insert whatever they ordered. So let's say they ordered BFF face wash. I hope you're loving your BFF face wash. It's one of my favorite products. Let me know if you have any questions. Here's a sample, blah, blah, whatever you want to include in that. Make it short, sweet, but personalized from you so you know and they know that you are caring about them. You're completing your customer service in a really personal way. Then I stick that thank you card with a sample, put a stamp on it, stick it in the mail the next day. I have, let's see, I'm trying to think if I have them close. I think I'm actually out at the moment, but I use the Avery labels to print my Perfectly Posh return address sticker, and I just make those on the Avery site, and it helps me a little bit go a little bit faster. So that is my tip for thank you notes. You want to do that for every single person. You can go into your order history, export it. You can check what they ordered and let them know that you are so thankful. People are going to be grateful, and it gives them a sample to try. You want to make sure it's something that they didn't order, so they're trying a new product and hopefully ordering from you again in the future. So that's for your February orders. And once you get that done, you get your samples prepped and ready to go in the mail for the next day with your thank you cards. You turn around and you look and pull up your order history from January. Again, I'm using the suggestion that I'm doing it March 1st, but if you, let's say that you're watching this and you're doing it in December, you would write the thank you notes for people who ordered in November, and then you would go back and you would pull your order history to follow up from October. I'm going to pull my order history from January, and I'm going to personally message however I contact those people, whether it's through email, whether it's through Facebook message, or it's through text message. And I'm going to first off include their name in the message. I find that people feel it's very spammy when they receive a message that says, "Hey girl." And that's because some companies and some people are trained to copy and paste the same message. And so I am actually friends with a lot of people who will just straight up ignore you if you include a message that says, "Hey girl," or "Hey friend," or whatever. Please, please, please use their name in the message. That's my tip, is using their name. Plus, they've already ordered from you. They are a VIP customer, or they should be in your customer list. So let's use the name Brittany. I'm gonna say, "Hey Brittany, thanks so much for your order in January. How are you liking your BFF?" And you want to make sure that you're naming the product that they ordered. You want to ask them a direct question. How are you liking your Cactus Makes Perfect Snarky Bar? How are you liking your healer stick? Whatever it is, you want to name the product and ask them how are they liking it. Then you're gonna go ahead and say next, let's see, "Dear Brittany, I hope that you are really that's my tip. Convert that to a question. That's going to help you out because it's going to call a response from them. So, "Hey Brittany, how are you liking your Cactus Makes Perfect Snarky Bar? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know if you have any questions. Just wanted to check in with you." Okay, that's all you're gonna do. Shoot them a quick message and do that for each of your January orders. Again, we're ramping up our customer service. We are checking in with people, making sure that their products actually work for them. They may say, "Oh, I really like the Snarky Bar, but I don't love that scent. So next time I might get a different scent," and that can open up dialogue for what they want. You can make notes on that, okay? So that's tip number 2. Follow up with everybody from 2 months prior when you're sitting down and doing this. And if you're doing this at the beginning of each month, that continues. You're sending thank you notes and you're following up, and it just makes a really easy cycle. Number 3, bookings. You want to book. Posh is suggesting 5 parties on your calendar, so that you're aiming for $500 a party. If you've been watching the new trainings on Team Posh, this is what they're recommending. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is get 5 bookings on my calendar. I personally look at prior hostesses and people who order monthly or every cycle, every couple or 3 months, and I contact them about being a hostess directly. That's when you want to have your calendar laid out. Once I've got my calendar laid out and I've contacted people, you may have to wait on them to respond. They may respond right away, and that is great. But while you're waiting on them to respond, once you've got your dates open and you've contacted anybody you think might be willing to book a party with you, I go ahead and move on to content. So again, on that same calendar spread, I plan out, I might do a week on my favorite foot products. I might do every Thursday is a Try It Thursday. Every Monday is a Motivation Monday. Whatever you want to do. And I go ahead and book that, or not book that. I go ahead and schedule that, is the word I'm looking for, on my Sent Share or on my Facebook group page so that it posts for me. So I make my post after I've written it all out and get it all scheduled. Now, depending on how experienced you are and how much you want to post and which social media channels you want to post to, this may extend past your 2-hour limit. So first, I always write out all of my content ideas on my calendar, when I'm going to do giveaways, when I'm talking about which products, which content I'm suggesting on which days, and I make sure that it's valuable. for anyone who is seeing it so that they are engaging and responding, maybe which days I'm going to give out samples on. And after I have that all laid out, whatever time I have remaining, I go ahead and start actually scheduling that with my ScentShare account. That's the scheduler I use. I know there's tons out there. That's just the one that I use. So again, I do thank yous, follow-ups, bookings, content, and that preps me for the whole month and gets me ready. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you like this video or if you have questions, go ahead and comment below, and make sure you subscribe to keep updated on all of my other videos. Thanks. Bye guys.